So I'm going to do a quick tutorial on just how to blur a background and get that into Affinity Designer, because there are some important steps there that you guys need to know in order to do that. So we have this lovely picture of Miss B. Some of you guys might know her, some of you guys might not. To blur the background, it's as simple as taking a selection tool. Let me take a slightly larger brush, and selecting the background that you want to blur. So the effect ultimately should be that the background is blurred and Miss B is sharp. Yeah, opposite of blur, sharp. So I'm taking my selection tool, I'm going through, making sure to unselect any parts of her that I don't want to blur. And then underneath effects, there's one called Gaussian blur, and then there's a slider. Ooh, wait, I forgot. I need to do the opposite first. Sorry, totally forgot something. I need to copy and paste her on a separate layer, because this is going to blur the entire layer. So I need to copy and paste her first. Copy. Wait, what layer am I on? So edit, copy. I'm going to paste her so she's on top, and I'm then going to hide her for a second. From there, I can then go back to effects. I can go to the background layer, and then I can blur it. You don't want too much blur. That's usually doesn't look right. Usually you just want a slight blur, and then you should see she looks a lot more sharp in contrast now to the slightly blurry background layer. Don't overdo it. It looks really fake after a certain point of blurring. You want just a slight blur. Do that. Questions on that? Okay, when you copy and paste it over, you're going to want to do a command called copy merged. If you do regular copy, it's not going to copy correctly. So if I do regular copy, edit copy, and try to take it over to Designer, let me make a new thing. You'll notice it takes the blurry copy. You want to do edit copy merged, and then you should have the blurry background and the sharp person or sharp thing you want in focus. Of note, for the blur effect, you can also do this to individual words in Designer. So if I do something like sample text here, you can also create blur for a single object. Although, similar to that, you don't want to go too far. Blurred text is not very readable after like the 50% mark. You'll notice you can barely actually read it at that point. Usually just a little bit of blur is enough to do what you want. Questions, comments, confusions? Okay.